The other day I went through YouTube's like content creator tutorial system video thing. And I actually took it pretty seriously. Like I watched the videos, it asked some questions, I answered them to the best of my ability. Like I actually put forth effort wanting to take this seriously and do it. And they had quizzes at the end. It was all very nicely put together. It was really great, I guess. And one of the big things that they really pushed in those tutorial videos was providing value. You as a YouTuber need to provide your viewers with value. And while I don't disagree with that, the more I went through those tutorials, the more I applied myself, the more I thought about, okay, what value am I gonna provide? The more I kind of started thinking to myself, I don't have anything of value to provide. Right? I'm just kind of a normal person. I don't have any special skills. I'm not a magician or a pro skateboarder. I don't have a one wheel. I'm not an artist or anything. I'm just a normal person. As I started to think about this and started to really go deep down into the depths of my soul, and it was just kind of sobering, being like, I don't have anything of value to provide. I look at some of these big content creators and all of the stuff that they produce, Peter's cinematography, Casey's storytelling, Jimmy's extravagance, Mark's ingenuity. And it's really easy to get discouraged when you see all these big flashy things around you and you look back to me and think, well, I'm not that big, I'm not that special, I don't have that kind of money to just go out and give away to people. And so it's easy to just throw up your hands and say, what's the point? I can't compete with that. Why even try? There's this thing called the Dunning-Kruger effect. It plots out your level of confidence as you gain experience in something. The confidence level rises very quickly in the beginning because you're just see this new thing, I can do that, I can conquer the world, this is easy, this is great, I've got all the tools that I need to be able to do this. But then, as you start actually gaining experience in that subject, as you start doing that, or even just planning it out more, you quickly start to realize, oh, this is harder than I thought. I am not as equipped as I thought I was, and that confidence level drops again. And if you're like me, that's when you quit. There's other people out there that do it better, and so I think, why even try? Why not just live vicariously through them and just sit here and watch YouTube videos all day? And it's that failure mindset where I'm scared to fail. In fact, I'd go so far as to say I have a phobia of failure. It's like it's the worst thing that could possibly happen to me is to fail at something. We're constantly bombarded with this idea of perfection in Instagram stories and YouTube videos and having the perfect house and the perfect life. And it creates this mentality that everything we do has to be perfect. And we let that fear of not being perfect stop us from even trying. I get paralyzed by fear all the time. Fear of failing, or even if I don't think I'm fully going to fail, if I don't think it's gonna be perfect, I will cut and run. But that doesn't have to be the end. Don't let someone else's success prevent you from going out and trying something on your own. From going out and failing. Because failure isn't the end. My dad always said, and it annoyed me to no end when he would say this, but as I'm getting older, it's starting to sink in and actually make sense. He would always say, son, there is no such thing as mistakes, only opportunities for success. Maybe he got that from watching too many Bob Ross videos, I don't know. But it's something that I've been thinking about and trying to internalize. That it's okay to fail, that it's okay to try, and not succeed. Because in doing so, you learn, or at least you hope you learn. And as you learn, you get better. All of these top content creators, they didn't start there. They started just like you and me. They started by setting up a camera and talking, or going out and doing something, gaining that experience. And so that's my challenge to you, is don't let the fear of failure stop you. In fact, I would encourage you to practice failure. Yeah, it seems weird, right? And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying like, don't study for that test you have coming up and intentionally fail the test. That's not what I mean. I mean, practice the art of falling and getting back up. Because with everything, practice makes perfect. And the more times you fail, the easier it is to get back up and try again. And the more times you fail, the more times you realize, hey, okay, maybe that doesn't work. Let's try something else. It spurs creativity. It spurs growth. Okay, so quick side note on this topic of failure. This is why I really appreciate one YouTuber in particular that I started watching probably about a year ago, and that's Mike Boyd. Not to say that Mike Boyd is a failure, no, far from it. Instead, I really appreciate how he illustrates overcoming that failure. If you're not familiar with his channel, Mike Boyd does a lot of stuff of learning new skills. And he actually illustrates the Dunning-Kruger effect to its fullest, where you start out and you see huge improvement in the first little bit. And then as you keep practicing, you get into this rut of, I just cannot get this. Why can't I get this? And it shows him going through that whole process in just about every video of explosive growth and then failing and really struggling to master a skill. But it's that pushing through that I really appreciate, and how he doesn't cover it up. He doesn't try and hide those frustrating moments when he just can't get it. The video continues, and almost every time, in fact, I don't think I've seen a video where he doesn't overcome those hardships and actually accomplish his goal. So really appreciate that. If you haven't, go check out Mike Boyd. His channel is awesome. And so I encourage you to go out and try. I don't know what you're not trying to do or what excuses you're making. I make tons of excuses. I don't have the right equipment to start a YouTube channel. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I have no idea what my brand is going to be. I'll make every excuse there is. But there comes a point when you have to say, am I gonna keep making excuses? Or am I gonna try it? Because you don't know until you try. And so this is me trying. If you've made it this far in the video, you're a champ. Thank you so much. In closing, don't be afraid to go out and fail and try again. And I'm gonna be totally honest, this video is probably more for me than for you. If you got something useful out of it, awesome. But it's mostly for me because I've been putting this off for so long that I just need to do it. And if it flops, it flops. If not, hey, cool. Got a new hobby and something that I'm gonna continue to practice and improve my craft. So thank you.